back online. All right, you guys were headed in towards how to create even more suspense. Let your ISP throttle you just before you get to a cool bit. You guys were just headed towards into tentacle range, as I seem to remember.
Yeah,
Everyone's
and Ubo
favorite place to be. Ubo was doing
doing
something. Yeah, Ubo, what were you doing?
I was casting protection from evil on myself because you identified the Atropal as being undead, which is also my favorite enemy.
Aha.
Ooh.
Yep. And I was doing spiritual guardians, and then I had a question of whether I could go ahead, since it's a bonus action, get my spiritual weapon up, or whether you want me to wait till my first action to do that.
You could do that.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and get spiritual weapon up at level 2. So you see Fulton as he's striding down this bridge. You see these sort of moonlight silver fey creatures begin to surround him as they dance, as though they were sort of motes in the moonlight around him. But they seem very, they dart around in sharp, erratic patterns, and also a shining crescent blade, almost like a very thin crescent of the moon, starts to hover behind him as his spiritual weapon forms itself, and he strides towards trying to correct what has been done wrong to the gateway, the barrier between life and death.
All right, let's roll some initiative to start us off.
Cool.
14 for Fulton.
Alrighty.
So 6 from me. I'm ready.
20.
14 from Reverie?
20.
Oh, okay. Heard a 14 somewhere. Ubo, what'd you get?
20.
Oh, both 20s. Fulton?
His dex is higher.
Probably the 0. Probably Reverie, sure.
Reverie, you may go first because you're going to get the advantage of...
oh, no, actually, yeah, Ubo does have the higher.
No, Ubo's first. That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
I'd allow Ubo to let her go first if you want. I mean, you guys aren't, you know.
I don't have anything magical, really, to, like...
Cool, all right. Fulton, you got a 14, is that right?
I got a 14,
14,
yes.
And cool. Alrighty. So, Ubo, you're up. You come near these flailing tentacles.
Do you want me to try to weaken these up a little bit? I mean, I can stay out of range and shoot them. I'm going to give... I mean, we have to weaken them up. So I'm going to give a couple shots to the nearest tentacle.
Alrighty.
With the option of trying to use a little force damage on it when I hit. And I get +4 to this because it's identified as undead as well, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and advantage on attacks. 21.
21 will do it.
And that'll be 13 piercing there, and planar... Oops, that's not what I want. So it'll be 16 force damage to one of the tentacles.
Nice.
And then second shot with advantage, 21 again for piercing.
Excellent, excellent. You see one of the tentacles kind of like writhe and wriggle backwards as you strike it, and the creature becomes aware of your presence. Excellent. Reverie.
Okay, I'm going to use my short bow, and I have advantage because I hasn't taken a turn. So we'll see how that goes. A 25.
25 is a hit.
Okay, so it's 10, and then I'm next to everybody on the bridge, so we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna add sneak attack. It'll be so fun.
Nice.
12, 22.
22 total damage. And that is piercing?
Yes.
22. Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
Yep, you hit the tentacle and it wriggles a little bit more as you strike it. and it does not look happy by that physical assault upon its person. Anything else you got, Reverie?
No.
Alrighty. Takes it to this guy's turn. He's going to reach with one of the tentacles towards the nearest person. Or the person that hit it last, in fact. Or hit it the most, which I believe was actually Ubo hit it the most. Ubo. My friend. Let's go back here. It is a +7. Nice. So, Ubo, how is a 18 versus your armor class?
He does have disadvantage should he try to attack me.
Cool. Let's try again.
It'll even be better, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was. 18 still stands.
18 works.
18 works. Alrighty. Good news indeed. 9 points of damage. Pretty low there on the damage die. Luckily for you, they are d8s. But you roll pretty low. It's slammed by 9 points of damage by the creature, who seems to be like a little bit annoyed at this point that something's like hitting it a little bit. So it just kind of slams down in that area of a tentacle. Alright, that's all it's going to do for now. Seems a little bit upset. Fulton.
So where the bridge sort of intersects with this, can I get on top of the container, like to where the umbilical attaches?
Right, and this thing is floating above the chamber.
So yeah, so can I get on top of the container from off the bridge that we're crossing on?
You'd have to roll an athletics check to climb up there, but yes.
Okay. And I don't know how you want to play this. When anything gets within the 15 feet of me, of my spiritual guardians, they would have to do a wisdom saving throw. And I don't know how you want to do it, just for your information.
Okay. Okay.
So I will do my athletics check to try to climb up on top of this to get to the umbilical and get the umbilical inside those spiritual guardians. 17.
17 is good enough. You can pull yourself up there to be standing on top of the whirling blue container of souls and be close to the umbilical cord, which is thick and heavy, veiny and muscly.
So I would like to. I don't know if it has a wisdom score to attach it, or maybe is the what's it called? The embryo within 15 feet of me?
The embryo is floating 30 feet above. Its tentacles, when they come to attack you, will be within 15 feet, so we'll let it roll a wisdom saving throw when it's
okay.
So,
but what I would like to do is I'd like to attack this umbilical with my, because my action was the athletics check, but my spiritual weapon moves as a bonus action, so I would like to do that.
Alrighty.
22 to hit the umbilical.
It's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. You smash the umbilical cord. Roll the damage on that.
So this crescent sword comes swinging around and does 11 force damage to the umbilical.
Nice. This thing seems... The creature above you, as it kind of wriggles and writhes, seems really upset by the attack on that and begins to like move its tentacles round underneath it so that it can get towards the pain. One thing that you will notice, Fulton, is that on the container itself, when you're standing above, there are 9 cube-shaped slots.
Sucks that we only have 8.
Right?
And so can I yell down to Ubo and the group and just say, "Here's where the cubes go. I will put what we have in place. Perhaps it will help."
All right. So it's going to take you time to put in each of the cubes into each of the slots, but we'll get to that back when we're around on your turn. So that was Fulton. So I've got Desira going next.
Yes, me. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I would like, seeing that the umbilical cord seemed to strike a chord with the creature.
See what you did there.
That's funny. It's a shame you're going to die.
At least I'm dying laughing and sending free magic missiles
That's
this way.
That's the trick. All right. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I do. Hang on, my earphones are falling up. So yes, I'd like to target them towards the umbilical cord.
Okie doke.
And that's 8 damage overall.
8 damage overall to the umbilical cord registered. Seems, you send these kind of missiles out towards it. You think it writhes and wriggles a little bit, but this creature is, huge. So it's, its sheer mass of membraney flesh just wriggles and writhes whenever you hit it. Anything else you want to do to Zira?
No, there's not much else I can do. I will hold tight.
All right. Top of round 2. Ubo.
Can I concentrate fire on the umbilical as well?
Sure.
I know I'm not up there, but is that okay? I mean, do I have a shot on it?
You
I
do
should.
have a shot. Yeah, both you and Desira have a shot on it. It's 30 feet up, so the connection is quite large.
Okay.
It's like a really thin power cable.
Okay, so I'm doing the shot with advantage plus 17 to hit.
17. Let me triple check. Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Cost this thing is actually really low because it's so big.
Right. Okay, so 17. That would be 9 plus 4 is 13 plus the force damage.
All
Okay,
right.
so blah blah blah. 21 force damage, and then shooting it again. 19 plus 12 piercing.
So total damage on that one for me?
13, 21, 12, 33.
33. Noted. Excellent stuff. All right, Reverie.
Okay.
You see Fulton up there, he kind of shouts back about the cube, so you know what's going on there.
Yeah, I think I will try and use my short bow on the cord this time instead of the tentacle.
Okay.
Let's try that. And so, okay, do I have, since with Assassinate, I have advantage on creatures that haven't taken a turn in combat.
The creature has taken a turn, its tentacles are counted.
So the umbilical is part of that thing.
It is part of the creature,
Like,
yeah.
but
For all intents and purposes, yeah.
Yeah. 22.
22's a hit.
Cool. So that's 6. But we can add sneak attack.
Yeah, add some extra dice.
We do what we want. So that's 19.
19.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm great at math.
Alrighty. So, this umbilical cord looks to be assaulted from all corners as you guys blast it with magic and missiles. However, it is this guy's turn, and this creature now seems upset, more than just a little bit annoyed by something that's bitten it. This thing seems really upset. Let me write something down. Here it comes. So it is going to first of all send out a tentacle towards Fulton, which is going to have to roll its wisdom saving throw on, correct?
Yep.
It has magic resistance, so it has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. So it's going to try its best. Try your best. But you don't succeed. 11.
15.
Nice. So what happens? Go ahead.
It takes 3d8 radiant damage as it tries to reach towards me, and the spiritual guardians, basically all of these sort of dart-like moonlight darts go slamming into the tentacle for 12 radiant damage as it comes as it enters into my range of me.
All right. Alrighty.
But it can still attack. It doesn't stop.
It can still attack, yeah. Well, understood. So 24.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
It's 3 this time because upset. 25 points of bludgeoning damage. It just slams you with that. At the same time, it's going to launch one at Ubo as well, who has upset him greatly, for a 23.
Just for S's and G's, how about a little disadvantage on that?
Ah, you're right. Yep, sorry. Sorry, Laddle. He's upset. It's 28 points of damage coming in on Ubo.
Right.
Boom, these 2 tentacles slam. You see also one other thing happen. You see that coming forth from the blue sphere, cylindrical sphere, a wraith materializing in front of you, Fulton. It is the wraith of Bartleby. and ghost-like visage appearance just stares at you with deadly intent in his eyes. He's going at the end of the turn. So, Fulton, your turn.
Oh, channel of divinity, turn undead.
Alrighty.
He needs to make a. So I don't know how you want to handle the tentacles and such. And since he's attached, I don't know what all is going to happen there. But wisdom saving throw for anyone undead within 30 feet of me.
All right. In fact, any creature that starts its turn within 30 feet of it, which is currently Fulton, you can't regain hit points, and you take 3d6 necrotic damage at the beginning of your turn. So just being near this creature, I'll do that effect first of all. So you will take 8 points of necrotic at the beginning of your turn, and then you can do your channel divinity. Each undead I can see here, you must make a wisdom saving throw. Creature saves throw, it turns 1 minute or takes some damage. Alright, let's use the legendary resistance on that for the Atropal. Doesn't want to worry.
Oh, right, yeah.
About that. And the Wraith of Bartleby rolls 17.
It's 15.
Alright, so save.
He saves.
Alright. I'm going to call it 2 turns to put all the cubes in place as well.
Did Zagmir, Misty Step or something up here to help out, or is it?
Yeah, she will Misty Step up here and be helping out, so it doesn't take 3 turns. We'll just take 2 because she's up here. Doing her thing.
Well, we didn't take those last 8 because we're not up there, right?
Correct, it's just Fulton at the moment.
Just me. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to use my action to start putting in cubes, even if with what it means, potentially.
Is Channel Undead, Channel Divinity not an action?
You're right. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. So Channel Divinity is an action. However, he's within my 15 feet. He needs to do a wisdom saving throw or get attacked by the spiritual guardians.
Cool. He'll roll at advantage because magic resistance turns out to be an 11 again, so failed. Take another 3d8.
So let me roll her up for it. Takes 8. He takes 8 radiant damage.
Nice.
The wraith takes 8 damage, and as my
Sweet.
bonus action, because that's not my bonus action, that's just because he's in my space, I am going to cast Healing Word on myself because this is getting scary. At level 2, I'm gonna do level 3. So that's going to heal me. Gosh, not for a lot. For 12.
All right, heal you for 12. No, you can't be healed whilst within 30 feet of the Atropal.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
No, you said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I forgot. That's my bad. You can do
So
something else.
do I waste it, or
No,
can I?
go.
I'm gonna recant. So I recant.
I'll be nice and let you recant because you guys are screwed.
So in that case, I'm gonna have my spiritual weapon make an attack against Bartleby's wraith.
Cool. I'll allow that.
On a 14.
14 on the Wraith, I think is a hit. Let me check the AC. Is a hit, yeah.
And so it does 9 force damage to the wraith.
Very nice. 9 force damage to the Wraith. Bert looks even angrier with you as he looks at you with his undead eyes.
Right.
All right. Fulton, that's your turn. Desira, it is now yours. You see Fulton up there getting wailed on.
That's not.
Along with Zagmira, who's trying to put all the pieces into place.
Okay. I would like to try, firstly, to send a nice little firebolt over to the umbilical cord on a 22.
22 will do it.
Yes, and that is 19.
Nice.
Ooh, that's very nice. Very nice.
I am.
Look at you rolling all but max damage on that.
Yeah. The cord is
My
beginning
rolls
to look
this
weakened.
entire session, this entire season have been awful, but today it changed.
Today we fight.
Not today, evil. Not
Yes.
today.
Anything else from you, Desira?
That's my thinking song. I would like to.
Yes.
Don't know if I should save it or not. I'd like to action surge
Let's do it.
and chromatic orb, the same chord.
Alrighty.
Which I'm gonna go.
Orb.
I'm gonna go for. I don't know what damage to go for. I'm gonna take a risk and say, it's near fire. Might like fire. I'll try cold damage, and So I need
Do
to make
the
a
old
range.
hot cold on it.
Do the old hot and cold, you know. So if it hits,
Yep.
let's find out. Let's roll the dice. Let's go. That's a 9, so no.
Nope, that is not a hit. No, actually, a 9 is a hit. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, that's low. Right. Okay.
Nice and low. This creature's so huge, it's
Huge.
That's 15.
almost it. Yeah.
Ooh,
All right,
nice.
you see it do absolutely nothing.
Oh, immune to cold damage.
Yep. Afraid so. Afraid so. Just kind of whoops against it. Feels bad. It feels real bad. All right, does Zeri got anything else? Any other tricks? Okie dokie. Then the Wraith of Burt Bartleby Baxter is going to do its thing. And is going to try and attack Fulton for 15 versus your armor class, Fulton.
It misses.
Ooh. You see him reach towards you with his little hand, but from his hand you can sense the life-draining energies which are there. All right, that is all it's going to do on its turn. However, it does moves right up next towards you, and Zegmira's like, "Quick, I can't." And she's like, you can see her casting her own spells as well to ward off the tentacle at the same time. So that is Bert's turn. Top around
Or
3.
starts its turn there. Enters the area or starts its turn there. He has to make
cool.
another wisdom saving throw or take the damage.
Right, let's have the wisdom saving throw of our friend Bert. Whiz.
Come on, spiritual guardians.
I can't seem to find it. I'm just going to roll a flat d20. 15.
15 is my DC. So
all right, so he saves. All right, top around 3, Ubo.
Okay, Ubo is blasted. His shell is cracked on one side. It's beginning to ooze some type of internal turtle fluid as he slumps back and tries to get out of tentacle range. He's staying within his longbow range, and as he drops back, he takes aim on the Wraith of Burt to see if he can't get him off of Fulton.
Alrighty.
And he will fire with advantage. 19.
19 will do it.
That is 16. 17 force damage.
Okay.
And then he fires again at it for an 18.
18 will do it.
14 piercing.
Damn. Okay, yep. All right. The first attack is really impactful on it. The second, less so. The arrow just kind of like glides through it like it did the Shadow Wraith before. He's looking very weak though. That is Ubo's turn. Reverie.
Yeah, okay, so I'll go ahead and fire at it again with my short bow.
Alrighty.
Ooh, 23.
23 will do it. And this is at the umbilical
The same
cord?
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
the same thing, no Wraith.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to fire at Bert rather than... Yeah, okay.
Right, so 7, and let me just free my arm here. Let's add some extra stuff.
Yep.
Because
Do it.
I can do that. Boom. 17.
17 points of damage is enough to kill the Wraith, even with the shot which is non-magical. Where and how do you kill Bert?
Oh my god, this is so sad. I
Yeah.
feel like I've let him down so many times. I'll go ahead and aim. I'll aim straight for the heart, and like I imagine it just kind of like puffs up in this sort of like magical ghost smoke.
Nice. Yep. Just kind of dies on the ground as you kill your friend.
Once again.
Got anything else?
No.
All right, that is then the turn of the Atropal. Begins his turn within 30 feet, so I'm going to roll a wisdom save for you, Fulton, or 15 feet,
Yep.
whatever it is.
Yep, 15, yep.
So it's +4, but advantage 18 this time. Finally makes a save.
Yep, he makes a save. They don't get a hold of him.
All right. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, Fulton. Oh, that's bad. Okie dokie. So, you are going to take... Let's see, can we roll that, please? Where is it? There we go. 13 necrotic.
Okay.
It leeches away at your life, and you see parts of the fleshy creature just being stitched back together as that happens. Okay. So, it's also going to land a tentacle. It's going to try and land it on Reverie this time, because it hasn't attacked it yet. And didn't like the fact that his wraith friend was getting killed. A 12 versus your armor class, Reverie.
No.
And the other one's coming in for Dezira. It's also a 12.
No.
Some pretty poor rolls there. You guys are lucky. All right. That is the turn of the Atropals. So, Fulton, it is your turn. And Zagmira puts the last 3 in place that she has, and you've got another 2. So she spent her turns doing that. So you've got, if you spend one more action...
So can I get the other 2 in my action?
If you were to spend your action, you could put the other 2 in, yes.
It's been fun, guys. I put the 2 in as my action, and I can do a bonus. So I'm going to do a bonus of my healing word just because... Do I feel connected back to my healing magic again? Because it was the wraith that was doing it, not this big giant thing, right?
You do not feel connected. It is the Atropal's essence. And in fact, that reminds me, at the beginning of your turn, take 3d6.
No.
It's 12. Damn, that's a high roll. Extra 12 necrotic at the beginning of your turn.
Fulton's down.
Oh! Just before he can set the last piece of the puzzle into place, well, the second to last piece of the puzzle into place, Fulton goes down. Alrighty. So, alright, Dezira, you see Fulton go down.
There's nothing I can do to help him. I don't have any healing or anything. Oh. Okay.
Zagmira has healing magic.
Okay.
She goes at the end of the turn.
Leave it up to her. Oh God, I'll fire the umbilical cord again.
Fire the umbilical cords!
With a nat 20, I am angry.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it for me.
Just-
Do it for
16
Fulton.
damage.
Six.
Plus,
Damn.
I am.
Damn. Well, that's 25, right? Do you add those two
25
together? Yeah, 25.
fire damage.
25 fire
Fire,
damage.
nice. Ooh, that is a toasty one. All right. You got anything
Remind me,
else?
with my what is it called again? The
Rooster?
extra attack. Do
Extra
I get
attack.
to do an extra cantrip because at the 5
No, that's only the melee or a ranged attack. So if you take the attack action, yeah.
Okie
So,
I do nothing then.
You blast
Just
it.
probably scream.
However, that is enough to rip the umbilical cord loose from the setting that it's in, and with a huge tearing of flesh and burnt flesh, the Atropal is floating above and moved, ripped apart from the chamber, and it just kind of begins to float up to the ceiling in agony as blood pours from this new gaping hole in its huge fleshy body, and it's just blood and bile pouring out of it. It's not dead, but it's like careening into the side of the wall at the moment. You hear this huge crunch as it's let loose from its setting. Now that is Dezira's turn. Dezira, do you want to move at all?
No, but I'll yell out to who is closer to Reverie and Fulton at the moment.
I think Reverie and sorry, who's closer to
Zagmira?
Reverie and Fulton?
Yeah, Zagmira and Fulton are the only
Fulton
two.
on
that are-
top of the
Zagmira
canister.
and Fulton are atop on the canister. Reverie and Ubo and you are back.
Okay. I'll yell out to them like, get the last one in place, get Fulton, and get back.
All right. Zagmira says, "I can heal him."
Yes.
All right.
Oh, is it far enough away?
The creature is getting loose further than 30 feet away, yes. So you will be able to be healed. So it's the end of your turn. Zagmira is going to make good on her promise. She's going to bonus action heal. That's 28 plus 5. You get 9 hit points back, Fulton.
Sweet.
And, yeah, she, as her action, is going to place the 8th piece of the puzzle cube, boom, into place as the creature flies above. And now, a held action occurs.
Oh no.
And
Miles, maybe? With the
Right.
last cube?
Funny you should say that, because as Zagmira puts her 8th puzzle cube piece into the top of the chamber, Miles appears out of his invisibility, as he is, of course, a very powerful Lich. and he has the ninth piece of the puzzle cube. He wears Rasni's snakeskin as a cloak around himself. And
Kid's got style.
Yeah, and the head of Rasni is one of the shoulder pads on Miles, who is basically a child but also a lich. Insane-looking eyes as he just places the ninth one and he says, "The master will come now! The master will come now!"
Get back.
You feel the machine begin to whir, just...
Acererak, get Fulton, get back, come here now.
Alright, it's kind of the top of the round, Ubo. However, of course, as we're in cinematic mode right now, a bunch of things happen, which are all very fun. You sense that strange whirring just growing louder and faster, and more power growing within the blue cylinder, and then you see it. A skeletal figure, wrapped in mouldering robes and clutching a skull-tipped staff, appears on the southern balcony. Hateful pinpricks of white light burn its eye sockets, and a 2-foot diameter sphere of utter darkness floats in the air beside it. And the creature up there looks down in hatred towards you all. Who dares disturb this holy place? And Miles stares back up. Master, the master is here! The master is here! Zagmira's like trying to pull Fulton up at the same time. And she's like healing him. She's like, we have to do something! We have to do something! Looking back towards the master of this tomb, who you have disturbed. Ubo will hand back into turn order on top of your turn.
Ubo is going to... So it's Ubo, Reverie, Dazira, the column that has Fulton and Zagmira on it, and then in the far side is the skeletal figure that is on the balcony, correct?
Correct.
And then the Atropal floating around somewhere up top.
Floating around, still alive, still very much alive, but clearly dying. In its death throes, but still dangerous.
Okay, can I hold my attack action against anything that comes close to Fulton so he can get a chance to get back? As I'm just waiting to see if something... I'm assuming this is a tactical retreat at this point, since...
Sure.
Since I'm still fighting the fight as if we're going to survive.
Very true. Okay.
Actually, is the skeletal guy in range of my longbow?
He's like 150 feet. You want to give him a go?
I'll take a shot.
Good idea.
He just wants to tag Acererak just to say he did it.
I hate witches. Yeah, let's give it.
Let's give it a go. Why not?
21.
A 21 would hit. It would hit, probably. But the Lich, as he sees the arrow coming in, this burning arrow coming in towards him, holds up his hand, this desiccated undead hand, and just like with a really chill motion, just like casts it aside as though he were like sending a waiter away.
Ubo strings another one, aims again, and smiles, and he says under his breath, "Get ready, my beloved. I'm coming, and boy, do I have a story to tell you." And he shoots again. 15?
Smashes it against the same force which is in the way. More souls for my monger. Excellent. Now, it's at this point, as the Lich begins to float down towards the group of you, then we're going to go for our tomb insight for today and leave you hanging for our finale, which is coming up here within the next 20 minutes. We're going to leave the players on tender hooks. We'll see you guys in a few minutes' time. Farewell, players, and good luck. All right, then. So, my friends, we are very close to our finale. In fact, we have about 20 minutes on the clock before we have to end everything today. So I'm going to very quickly talk through this so we can get to our finale. Boss fights, making them dynamic and not a grind is a big thing about the end of your campaign. You want to have an awesome boss fight a lot of the time, or a big awesome warfare battle or something like that. But I love doing boss fights. They add in a lot of dynamism and interest to the campaign. And of course, it's that awesome moment where you finally get to kill the big bad guy or fight against him. Now, these fights can become like meat grindy in the worst sense. Of course, we're playing by meat grind rules, but the kind of thing where like I attack the creature and it's just a meat sack and it's got, you know, 500 hit points. So you just attack, and it can get kind of a little bit boring, right? So the way we do boss fights to keep them interesting is to have a bunch of different things going on within the boss fights, much like our normal combat encounters that we talked about before. In this case, we've had the puzzle cubes involved. We've had the cylinder involved. With the wraiths that are summoned through. We've had the Atropal's different abilities that are involved, attacking different people, and different parts of the fight which amount to more than just you hit the creature and it dies. And of course, different stages to the fights as well. We are now entering into our second stage of the fight when the Lich appears. So once you've done one bit of the fight, you can move on to another aspect of the fight as well. In this next part of the fight, we're going to have the Atropal floating around as well, doing all crazy stuff, while the Lich comes down and fights them as well. And we've also got Miles involved in this fight, and the party all fit into this, along with the cylindrical sphere that is the Soulmonger itself. And of course, they're likely going to have to try to do something with that to save themselves, because this Lich, let me tell you guys, they are nowhere near equipped to fight Acererak. I mean, who really is, let's be honest. So, last thing, bringing your story to a conclusion and the grand finale. Now, this one can be done in a lot of different ways. I like tying up a bunch of different plot points, and I like leaving a few questions unanswered as well, in case you want to return to the campaign that you've been playing. It's a good point, you know, to kill off some characters. I mean, you know, this is the time that you can do it. And, you know, it's also a good point to bring some villains round that have been around in the beginning of the campaign. For instance, we've just found out that Rasni is dead, who was the anti-villain that's been going around for a while. We've got Miles back, who's one of the premier villains. And of course, we have Acererak, who we knew was a bad guy all along ever since Bert had that dream. So bringing them all together, letting them come to some kind of ending to the story that feels fulfilling for the players is the best way to do that. We're going to let them tie up their stories however they want. They're each going to have a cool moment, and that's how I like to end a campaign. Each player getting a cool moment and their moment in the limelight. But without any further ado, let us go back to the players, because we got a boss fight to finish, and we got a TPK to do. So, back with the players. Oh, hey, you guys didn't hear that, right? No, okay. So, as the Lich begins to float down towards you, Reverie, it is your turn.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay. Back along the bridge.
I'm gonna dash.
Roguing it out of there.
Go as far as I can, as fast as I can. I'm running.
All right.
Can I hide?
You can certainly try.
Is there a rock?
No.
Or something large?
There is no rock.
Okay.
There is no rock.
I guess I'll do the same thing that Ubo's doing, where I'll hold my action for anything that's trying to attack Fulton before he can get up. Maybe. Other than that, I'm running away.
All right. The machine seems to be whirring away just fine, stronger than ever before of the presence of its Lich. You have not yet destroyed the Soulmonger by any means, but as Reverie flees away, it turns over to Acererak's turn.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's gonna
Wanted one last turn.
down towards Ubo, and with his big staff in his hands. You wanted death, and Miles screams up, "Yes, master, death, death!" So I would like you, Ubo.
Yes.
She reaches down towards you. Let's see. What this
You
is.
have 100 hit points.
Well, he wants to play with his food a little bit. A 19 versus your armor class, Ubo?
He gets disadvantage because I'm assuming he's a undead guy.
He is indeed an undead dude. That is very true. 19 versus your armor class.
They're always higher. What is that?
It's just how the dice fall sometimes. Just how the dice fall. Alright, so... And roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that's the problem. There's the problem right there.
You take 28 cold damage.
I get advantage on this too, but it's not going to make it damage.
Yep.
Sure, 15 is his DC, right?
You freeze in place as you are paralyzed by the Lich. You don't get to die yet. Just holds you there. So, that's the first thing he's going to do. The Atropal is going to fling one of his tentacles wildly down onto the bridge. It's going to hit the bridge. And... boom. Sorry, plus 3 to that, so 23 damage to the bridge. And it's pretty good at hitting bridges. This thing has got this huge, massive tentacles that it just brings slamming down into the bridge as it wildly flails them. And if we were to go back to my magnificent map here, you guys would see this tear, basically, in the bridge here, where it just smashes it down about 20 feet across. So still possibly jumpable. But its tentacles are just writhing and flailing everywhere. Fulton Stump.
Yes?
It is your turn.
So Fulton looks around, assesses the situation, the Atropal above, Acererak coming across miles there. And he drops to his knees. And in this dim light, his skin has become sort of that mottled, dark, almost coffee brown, even with a little bit of light that comes off the lava. And he closes his eyes and goes, Sethanine, I have just stood at the gate of death myself, and I know how important it is for it to remain intact. I offer myself to you as your conduit to the old magics of root and stem to put an end to this. And in order to sort of channel something, he casts Beacon of Hope to channel her light, and you see his dark brown skin begin to glow as though it was in the sun. He was out in the full sunlight, and radiates with this this living light off of himself. Even if it takes my last breath, use me to stop this evil. And he just holds on to the dream catcher around his neck. As
you do listen, you pray and you channel, Acererak is going to use one of his legendary actions.
Ugh.
And it's at the end of your turn. So as you are channeling this and you're praying to Stephanie, you feel the Beacon of Hope over the soulmonger itself, this blue whirring chamber, and you see these roots and vines coming out from the beacon surrounding the soulmonger itself, and the roots wrap themselves around thicker and thicker, these roots and vines just trapping the cylindrical chamber of the soulmonger, with all of the whirring souls of your friends wrapping themselves round and round. And it's until it's as thick as a chest, just wrapped in this ivy and roots, as these spirits of the forest and the jungle find their way back through you and Stephanie. And so at this point, he is going to use one of his legendary actions to move his sphere of annihilation, which is of course very close. And he moves a sphere of annihilation to the space where Fulton is. Fulton, you can roll me a Constitution saving throw. It's a
He
sphere of
smiles.
utter darkness.
As he sees the sphere approach, he smiles. Rolls an 8. He is at peace, hoping he has helped.
As the sphere gets closer and closer, you feel Sehanane's light upon you, keeping you warm as you close your eyes and this sphere of sheer blackness and evil engulfs Fulton Stump. And he is no more. And as this happens, the vines and roots seem to, as they protect the soulmonger itself, you see a blue light coming from where Fulton was. Perhaps his soul. It tries to get inside the soulmonger. It tries to wrap its way around the roots and vines and try and pierce its way inside, but Sehanane's light is blocking it from doing so. And you watch as Fulton's light flies upwards through the ceiling and away. Somewhere safe. Where it can't be touched. And you look at the Lich, Acererak, who just sneers derisively. You think I can't get rid of that little goddess's lights? Ah, I will destroy you all. And Miles is walking up to Acererak. Master, master, master. Acererak looks towards Miles, distracted for a moment, perhaps. It's a chance for Reverie and Azira to act.
Oh, God.
As Ubo is paralyzed watching, and the sphere is held still. The pedestal upon which the vines and cylindrical chamber is upon sway precariously above the molten lava. What do you guys want to do?
Will, can I roll a Constitution or can I Misty Step?
You got a con save to break this one.
Oh, is it okay? It's not my turn though, right?
I'll let you guys act. I mean, if there's anything you guys want to do here, now is your moment.
Oh, what was it you just said? Sorry about it swinging over the lava.
It hangs precariously over. DC 14 is not enough. Sorry, save 14 is not enough. DC is high.
19. I have a.
Oh, sorry, 19. Yep, sorry, DC 20.
Oh, God.
Sorry, buddy.
I mean, you could try it and hit it, I guess.
I could try. Hit what? There's so many things.
Attacking it does not seem like the best of ideas. However, now that the sphere is there and it has annihilated pretty much everything else, including the rubble upon which it was standing, were you to give it a good shove or a kick, you think it could probably fall into that molten lava. However, you would be precariously close to the ledge.
Wait, what would fall into the lava? The sphere?
The soulmonger itself.
The soulmonger.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll shoot at it and see what happens. Like, see if it's enough force to.
All right.
Give it a nice pat. Not one.
Oh, no. That is not the time. Now is not the time. It like just flies off. Dazira, you got a chance.
Well,
but you got a second attack, I guess.
I'm gonna use my. No, I don't think I do. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash once again. So dash before, dashing again. I'm out.
Sure.
I would like
Reverie flees,
to try.
leaving her friends behind.
I'm going back to my guild.
Oh, honestly, go. Just be free. Be safe.
Do the same thing, girlfriend.
No, girl. I gotta stay.
Let's go quick, guys. We got a couple of minutes. Let's go.
Not home. Okay, I'm a chromatic orb. This son of a gun, and I'm gonna try my best, because that's all we can do in life. Try our best. Yes, I heard a sound as if to say, "Ooh," things.
Well, can it do thunder damage?
That's what.
Yes.
A structural thing?
Yes.
I'm gonna try. May every bad roll that I've ever done be undone.
Now is redemption. Now for
Now is
wrath.
redemption.
Now for ruin. Now for absolution. No,
Natural
no,
20.
That's not a natural 20. She just rolled 20. It's not a
God's
D20.
sake.
God damn it. God damn you, Louise. It's not a D20.
Why do you do this?
It
Why do
is
you
a
play with us that
20.
way?
It's a fucking 30. Zira is the worst. The actual worst.
What's worse than rolling a nat 1? Rolling a fake nat 20
Yeah.
when you need it.
What I'm going to do is now roll a d20. If the dice is higher than the 13, then it will not be rocked. If the dice is lower, then it will.
No, I'm just gonna.
Oh! She did it. At last,
Oh my
Desira's
God.
low rolls have come in.
Payoff.
Finally, the payoff that you have been needing, the redemption and absolution that Desira has been looking for. You fire the chromatic orb in the direction of the soulmonger, which teeters precariously on the edge, and the orb, with its thunderous push, forces it over the edge into the magma. You see a few things happen. Acererak stares at you with pure hatred in his eyes, and as the cylindrical cube is falling down, Zira, you're now going to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
As he stares at you with utter hatred.
I will stare at him backwards with even more hatred.
This is a DC 20 Constitution.
It's pretty high. It's pretty high.
Oh,
Do I get a snake advantage?
Those are the last words that Desira
He
speaks.
ever utters.
As Acererak looks at you, Desira, as you've toppled his soulmonger down into the void, he points his finger with hatred and casts Power Word Kill directly at you, snapping his fingers, and Desira, in a blaze of glory, as you see the soulmonger smash into molten lava below, and all of the freed souls, the millions of souls that are freed back into the earth with a cataclysmic force of erupting magma and lava and hope. Desira, you
I'd like
die.
to give him a snake wink as I die.
He gives you a snake wink back. And
cute.
he grabs Miles's hand, looks at Ubo. Today is not your day. And the two of them teleport out of there, master and apprentice, leaving Reverie fleeing and Ubo paralyzed as the molten core chamber fills with magma coming ever closer towards him. And Reverie, as you flee the tomb of the 9 gods, you eventually find your way out of the exit, breaking clear, back up to the city of Omu, leaving behind you a smoking ruin. But the world is free again. The world is clean again. And you have rid it of the death curse. And that's where we're going to wrap up our story and our season. We don't quite know what happened to Ubo. But maybe out there somewhere, there's a story yet to be told. But that is certainly where we're going to wrap up tonight's episode and our first season of Learn by Play.
Woo, that was awesome.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you
yeah,
so
I want to hear
much.
something like terrible.
Please.
I made it out of there at full HP.
That's impressive.
I'm at full HP. I didn't get hit once.
Did not get involved. Did the sensible thing and survived.
And got the heck out.
Got the heck
I
out
died
of
in the
there.
beginning, but I brought it back.
That's true. Well, my friends, thank you so much for joining us here on Learn by Play. This has been an absolute honor and a pleasure to perform these 10 episodes for you here. Hopefully you've learned something along the way. Hopefully you have enjoyed yourself. And of course, I can confirm that in the new year, we will be back for a second season of Learn by Play. It's going to be very exciting. Maybe we'll pick up on a couple of the points here. Maybe we'll move on to something else. Can't reveal too many details, but we will be back. We have to be quick because Heroes Graveyard is starting in a few minutes. In fact, I'll be on that, so if you haven't got enough of me yet, you'll see me there in a few minutes' time. But let's quickly go around. What do we think of the season, guys? We've got like under a minute, so let's blast through it real quick. Toll Squall, your thoughts, my friend?
Amazing season, amazing final scene with Fulton. You know I love having the big moment, and it was everything I could have wanted it to be. You can find me at Tall Squall all over social media. Thank you. Loved it. Can't wait to see you next season.
Awesome. Sydney.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm alive. I really did not expect that, but I'm here and I'm going strong. You can find me at Twitter on Sydneyak. There's the link there, and you can find out everything else.
Greg.
Grimjack21502 on Twitch and Twitter. Love you guys. Love chat. Ubo lives. Later.
Louise.
I'm emotional, but I loved it, and I'm emotional on victory, hero ending. Find me on No More, No Less, and Twitch, TV/Accidental Legend. Love you guys. See you next season.
Thanks so much, my friends. We'll see you in the next season of Learn by Play. If you enjoyed the show, follow us over at Encounter Roleplay. We love you all, and I'll see you a bit for Heroes Graveyard starting in a few minutes' time. Over at Encounter Roleplay. Bye-bye. Lots of love, everybody. Thank you so much. Stay safe in that tomb.